The historic Baker-Johnson-Pickett Farmstead has been researched and rebuilt in Hamilton County at Fieldgate Farms in Sheridan, Indiana. Let's find out a little bit more about these historic Indiana structures. So can you kind of just go over briefly the historical significance of these structures?
So this family, the Baker-Johnson-Pickett family, was actually one family. It was started by the Bakers. They originally settled in Baker's Corner, and they were Quakers and they were abolitionists. And they really cared about their neighbors. And one of their neighbors was the Rhodes family. And the Rhodes family were slaves from Illinois that had ran to Indiana. Even though Indiana didn't have slavery, normally people were just on a stop heading up to Canada. But this family had come here. The neighbors really cared for them. The Baker family hid them in their barn.
No way.
And in the middle of the night, smuggled them out in a hay wagon to Noblesville so that they could change the laws in Indiana, that when you had 1 foot in Indiana soil, that meant you were free. And I just feel so strongly that needed to be protected. That barn needs to be protected. So the barn is here on our property.
Part of what everybody calls the Underground Railroad?
Yes, it was a stop on the Underground Railroad.
No way.
And so this whole area of northern Indianapolis area, like our Donut County, here in Westfield, Baker's Corner, even here in Sheridan, all the way up to Atlanta and Arcadia, we had a number of families that were abolitionists that really were part of the Underground Railroad movement. When NDOT was bringing up US 31 and enlarging that interstate overpass, that house was going to have to be torn down. But there's historical significance to that house. And so when the original team that I was not a part of, what they did was they were kind of figuring out what they would like to see that house and barn used for. And they wanted to see animals back in the barn again. And they wanted to see the house being able to be used either as a home or that someone would open it up periodically to the community. And so it's a tri-party agreement with Indiana Landmarks and Indiana Department of Transportation. And Indiana Landmarks oversaw the reconstruction. But Indiana Landmarks wanted people to be able to see the beams that held the floor together. So there's a window in our basement that we can turn the light on and you can look up and see the original beams that were under the floorboard. And when you walk in the living room, there's a little bit of a wave to it, but it's real, it's what it was. Architectural Trio is the name of the architectural company and the designers, and they came back and did as many things as historically accurate as possible.
So, you are going to preserve those buildings exactly.
Exactly.
And you're not going to add on, you're going to keep them the way they were painted.
We are preserving the farm and the buildings, and we're preserving the legacy of the family that lived there. And so we will never do an addition. There will never be a barn added to it. What we have is what we have. And that is really a unique thing.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be able to continue on with it.
Thankfully, organizations and individuals are going above and beyond in regards to preserving history and saving our historic Indiana landmarks. The Baker-Johnson-Pickett Farmstead at Fieldgate Farms will be open to the public periodically throughout the year. For more information, click on the Fieldgate Farms Facebook page. I'm Barney Wood. Thanks for watching.